Let's rock! Let's rock!
Today, I would like to wish a very, 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 very happy 69th birthday to Michael J. Anderson, our great, or better, legendary dwarf of Twin Peaks, above all. And so, in his honor, if you've seen a preview about the opening, I don't know, it's the first dance of the Dream Man, interpreted by me 2 years ago on this day, for his birthday of 2 years ago, with these same sunglasses, but at that time I non facevo the waiter. And yes, and among other things, also I dedicated that video also to Maradona, because yesterday was, I missed to say this very important thing, was the 60th birthday, 60th birthday of Diego Armando Maradona, anzi, sorry, 62, 62nd, avrebbe fatto 62 anni, Diego Armando Maradona. Infatti lo dedicai, I dedicated also to him that piece, Dance of the Dream Man, because Maradona was also a dream man. He danced with the ball, the pallone, etc. But for this, see that video, because I at the opening made also a video message for Maradona and say a few things on Maradona and this thing related to the piece Dance of the Dream Man. In fact, as I said, dedicated also to him. However, I recommend also my other interpretations of Dance of the Dream Man. There is a keyboard suite of 2020, May 2020, and also my interpretation of last May, and always on May for the anniversary, practically, for the anniversary of the episode 6 from season 1 of Twin Peaks, that is, as you know, Cooper's Dreams. And so, in honor of that episode, in both the occasions, I uploaded these my new interpretations of the piece. In particular, the best, I think, it's the last, that of last May. Io mi sono un po' più evoluto, diciamo così, ho anche poi fatto For the Room, that no rumor, no sounds in this room, in comparison with the ex former room, living room. However, beh, comunque, che dire del nano, già anche l'anno scorso feci un video messaggio breve, insomma, il nano in generale, ma anche l'attore, certainly without him Twin Peaks would not be the same thing, non sarebbe stato la stessa cosa, un po' come il ex gigante, madonna, The Fireman, Carl Strucken, insomma, tutta quella serie di Mike, pure Hal Strawberry, tra l'altro anche prova sempre molto, molto spesso i miei post sulla videotastiera nel gruppo Lynchland Gang, che è veramente il gruppo più numeroso su Facebook dedicato al maestro. So for me it's an honor that this actor, but also other actor like the Woodsman, approved my post, leave the likes on my post. In fact, also Robert Broski, Gotta Light Fireman, the Gotta Light Woodsman, sorry. E anche appena letto che si sarebbe ritirato Michael J. Anderson, non lo so. Comunque mi spiace per questo, ma comunque anche un'età, insomma. Vabbè, yes, so Michael J. Anderson, they are dwarf for us, all us of Twin Peaks, and also in general a great person. Have a great 69th birthday from me and I think all the Twin Peaks fans once again. But today it's also beautiful, these things, because the two Twin Peaks characters are connected also for these things, over behind the role in the character, the kind of characters in Twin Peaks. because today was also, sarebbe stato anche the birthday of Frank Silva, mitico, legendary, another legendary, figure Bob of Twin Peaks, as you know, and he would have returned as 72 years today, and he, as you know, he died at the age only of 44 years, fortunately, really young, for the AIDS. L'AIDS, chiaro che porta un certo tipo di problemi, insomma, se uno non è consapevole. Yes, so I would like to remember, obviously, also him, for the greatness of him in Twin Peaks, and in general, I think he was a great human being, and it's always extraordinary the things related to the fact of how he was casted as an actor in Twin Peaks. If you don't know that story, but it's impossible, I think all know that story. Read on the net because it's also very famous. E poi si dice che Frank Silva è più inquietante, Bob, il personaggio di Bob è più inquietante in Twin Peaks. In realtà, secondo me, le donne in Twin Peaks, anzi, voglio dire, è quella che più, in realtà, appunto, a me è Gracie Zabriskie con appunto la Sara di Twin Peaks, soprattutto nella terza stagione. È proprio lei che, appunto, diciamo, ha questo viso, e diciamo, io reputo molto seducente, attraente. Genera a me un certo tipo di insomma desiderio, ma allo stesso tempo appunto la reputo molto spaventosa, soprattutto appunto in The Return, anche in generale, anche da giovane, questa espressione un po' particolare del viso, insomma anche quella piccola parte in Cuore Selvaggia, vabbè, ovviamente quella in Inland Empire, in quei 5-10 minuti, insomma, veramente fa anche molto terrore. However, yes, so rip, very rip, also to our great Frank Silva.